It's Friday, it's night, it's live, it's improv, it's all of those things, and it's wonderful human beings to boot. In Canada, I just said bout. So I want to pre-thank a lovely cast. We've already had a great night with a lot of wonderfully talented improvisers. We have Mike, and we got Taylor, we got Stephanie, we got Don, we got Steve, we got Margaret, we got JL, we got Barry. Hey, if you missed it, don't worry, I'll do it at the end again. We're gonna do a form now called That Makes Me Think Of. Well, kind of loosely. What is going to happen is we're going to start with an idea. We're going to start with a thought. And through monologues and scenes, we're just going to progress from one thought to another. Think of it like a theatrical conversation where you get to meet characters doing monologues, characters doing scenes. One thing leads to another. And next thing you know, you got little baby monologues floating around. It's an adult Facebook page. So earlier today, I went to the internet and I asked the internet a question. I said, if you were building a town, like in SimCity, what's the first building you'd start with? And Peter Barg or Barg? Does anybody know Peter?
Barge.
Is it Barge? I've only seen it written. He's one of those internet friends that you have.
Never asked his last name.
Well, Peter, we're going to get back to you and find out your last name. He had an interesting thought. And he said a combined government center, 420 dispensary and casino, to keep taxes low. And then I started thinking, of the other things that I have done to make financial accommodations. What are some of the smart things that I've done? What are some of the stupid things that I've done? And I think I've done more stupid things than I have done smart things. Anyway, with this in mind, the idea of financial, what's the word that I'm after? Making financial concessions. I'm going to ask Barry to do our first monologue. The rest of us are going to mute our microphones. They're going to turn off our camera. And Barry, based on Peter's idea of a combined government center and 401 dispensary, I want you to talk about times you've made compromises.
Well, I've got to tell you that my entire life is made up of one big compromise. I have to say that to you because I can remember exactly coming out of the womb. And I looked up at Mommy, and Mommy said to me, "Oh, really?" And I did nothing which was normal but cry. I just cried. And then, when it was time to go to preschool, I was 11 years old, and Mommy made that compromise with Father. And Father and Mommy said, well, Throckmorton, it's time for preschool. And I was put down War and Peace at the time, which I was reading for the fourth time, of course. And I said, Mommy, Father, I think it's time that maybe I go off to Oxford. And they asked me to pay my own way, which I did. And then when they passed on, well, I just left them at home.
Is correct.
I like that idea. There are a couple of flaws in the logic.
Well, there are flaws in everything.
Yes, that's true. There are flaws in absolutely everything.
And you love to point out the flaws.
Well, they need to be pointed out. The flaws, that is, just the flaws.
Harvey, we might not need to always point out the flaws, because the flaws make us uniquely individual.
Yes. We are imperfect human beings that have flaws, and so we should not concentrate on flaws, but we would not be prudent to not be aware of the flaws that are flawsing, if that's a word.
I do believe it is a word in the dictionary, for sure. Right underneath flaw.
Yes, that is probably true.
Or is it a conjugation of flaw? Anyway.
Yes, you're probably right there. It's probably a conjugation of flaws.
A conjugation of flaws.
I would not be surprised. It was a conjugation of flaws.
Conjugation of flaws. You are so smart.
Oh my God, you are so smart too. We are both smart.
So smart, so smart. But boy, that calculator must be broken.
Oh.
Yeah, the calculator must be broken, the one you're using.
Oh, well, it is possible, but being as smart as I am, I only use the calculator as a second opinion.
Oh, well, I'm not sure how you came to these numbers. You're so smart. And
oh, no, you're so smart.
Awesome, but we're off.
Yeah.
So I was watching this prophetic, future show called Twilight Zone, and in it, they had this chick, and she was gorgeous. Okay, she's a little plain, but they had all these pretty people. And it started me thinking, because she's got to take her cup of smiles, and she's got to take a pretty pill, and then she's going to have surgery to make her look like everybody else, or a certain model of everybody else. And that got me thinking, the internet, the social media, isn't that just a type of conformity? I mean, get rid of your flaws. Everybody's thinking the same. It's also, manipulative and weird. And then you hear about these Russian things, and then you got Inspiro whatever, that, they come up with these random things. And I'm going, is it a conspiracy theory or is it a truth? And do we conform? Do we not? I mean, it's blowing my mind. These future shows blow my mind because it came frickin' true.
Honey, I just found the weirdest thing on the internet. Honey, I can't hear you. Speak up.
That's the problem, is that your hearing is all taken over by the internet. You're not supposed to pay attention to any of that.
The Martians are landing, honey.
Okay.
They'll be here tomorrow.
So how can we take advantage of that? You know what? I'll go down to the shop and I'll make sure that we're all stocked up on things that Martians might like.
I wonder what they like, those Martians. Marshmallows? That would make sense, right? Martians would like
marshmallows would work. Marshmallows would work. Sure, we could try. We could try.
Honey, why don't you go to the supermarket and get a whole bunch of marshmallows for those Martians?
Well, if we get... that's probably a good idea. I have to go down and see Morty and find out what he thinks too.
Marty? You think Marty is a Martian?
He might be. He's always red in the face, just like the planet.
a Martian. He's the first one.
He's been around for 40 years.
You're telling me Martians have been here for 40 years?
Well, actually, I'm telling you, Morty's been around for 40 years, but if you think Morty's a Martian, then sure.
I think you know how weird he sometimes acts?
That's true. That's true. You got a point there.
That doesn't flush the toilet.
Well, I don't either, but...
Hey! Honey, are you a Martian?
Well, I don't get red in the face.
That
So,
is...
I guess not.
Ah, you got a point.
I have been around for 40 years, though. At least.
Thank God.
Indeed. I'll go
Thank
down
God
and
you're not a Martian, honey.
Well, you haven't seen my driver's license.
So did you hear those people? Did you really hear those people? I have to live in the same neighborhood with those people. And they just, oh my God, they talk about Martians, for God's sake. I mean, really? Really? Come on. What are you going to do? Every day, every freaking day, I have to listen to this kind of grief. And oh my God, they are just wacko, just way off the deep end. I mean, and me, feel sorry for me. I have to put up with that stuff and I have to listen to them and I have to talk back. I have to say, hello, and how are you? And yeah, okay, how's your little dog too? Oh my God. I can't stand it. Ugh.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah, Peter. Yeah.
It's my turn. It's my turn, Jerry.
All right, Peter. I'm gonna give you a Martian here. Okay. Now you be careful. He's jumpy today. Yeah, I don't know, but I trust you.
Oh, you're right, Jerry. He is a little jumpy. Yeah. Oh.
I think it's our neighbors.
I know. They're so strange.
I know. But
like they're from the planet Earth or something.
Well, that's what I feel. I feel like I'm being judged all the time, and you're the only one, Peter. You're the only one, in Martian there, that don't judge me.
Sure, I am the only one.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, Jer. Yeah.
It's not fair. We're paying everything we can. For our apartment here, we're paying. I mean, look at what I'm feeding him. I'm feeding Martian real food.
I know, Jared. You know, Martian's getting really big too, and I'm not sure we can really afford it any longer.
No, Peter, you can't say that. You can't even think that about Martian there.
Well, I want to be practical, you know. I mean, we've only been on Earth here for 40 years. Or is that 40?
I know.
And it goes so fast, Jay.
It goes so fast, but I think we're turning the corner. We're gonna be able to, I don't know, we're gonna be able to buy something.
Yeah, I think if we stick around for another couple hundred years, I think the Martian will grow up really well.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. You and me together, we can figure this out.
Together. We'll figure it out, Jared.
Yeah, forget the Earth people.
Yeah, you take the Martian. It's just
I got him.
It just pooped right on my shoulder. I don't know.
Oh, it's that people food. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you and me together.
Wouldn't it be exciting to procreate with a Martian? I mean, just think of what could happen. I mean, what if they're not the ugly ones? You know, people think they have one eye and they're green. And if they are green, what is wrong with green? It's a beautiful color, green. Just think green represents growth and trees and beauty. And we could procreate with Martians and create a whole new race. It's just such a wonderful, amazing, exciting, just, oh my goodness. You know, Area 55 could have my future husband in it.
I mean, I like the idea of an open relationship.
Matthew, when I said that I was pregnant and I thought you were going to be excited about it, you know, you're not coming through with the excitement for me.
You're right. But you know, I just thought that when you got the story about a Martian, and I don't understand the whole thing. So why is it mine? I mean, whose is it? It's a Martian's. Is it mine?
Why is it that every time a woman says to a man that she is pregnant, his first question back to her, "Is it mine?" comes out of his mouth? That's a weird thing. Why wouldn't it be yours, Matthew?
I don't know.
I don't know either, because I don't like the accusation that I would be sledding around with those Martians. Ew.
You know, they're not of our type. You know, they're not of our kind.
Oh, don't get racist and change the subject here, or speciest, because you know this is your baby, and you have denied and called me a slut, and that hurts my feelings quite considerably so.
I'm not an amphibious. There's no way in the world that I'm an antipathesis. You know what? You may be wrong in accusing me of accusing you. I'm not really accusing. I'm just
don't be gaslighting me now, here, Matthew. I know your tricks.
I feel like I'm not doing very well in this conversation.
I don't think you are either, but you know what? I love you, and I'm still willing to stay with you and raise our child together.
And I will be responsible for it if it's mine.
There's no if involved. I have been 100% faithful to you, except, well, maybe that one time. But I'm not sure that counts.
With the alien, with that Martian.
But that was like, okay, so here's the weird part about that.
Yeah, okay, I'm listening.
I did have a curiosity, just like you did, you know.
Yeah,
you had that affair with that Vegas girl.
I did.
But see, at the same time, that's when I had the affair. So that was like 3 years ago, so I don't understand.
I don't know. Martians do things differently.
Well, that's true. Sorry, I'll go get tested. You're right. I'm sorry.
I guess I should too. I'll do that.
Misunderstandings make the world go around, I suppose. It's just so interesting that a couple that has been together for, I guess, so very long still question. I mean, do we really need to question? There's trust issues and question issues, and it's odd, you know. Relationships are just odd. But I guess the thing that makes my heart happy is that
they're still willing to go on. They're still willing to be with each other and to trust each other and to raise the kids, even if the kids, that was weird, even if the kids are not their kids. And so, yeah, that's get past the obstacles, y'all.
So you said that you were going to be willing to raise all those kids that Myrna has.
Yes, I did say that, yes.
Now, only some of them belong to us, but you're going to be willing to raise the entire parcel of children? Boy, you are just one big-hearted person, Minnie Pearl. I do not know how to take you.
Emily Jane, how are we supposed to separate those that belong to those that do not belong? Pray tell me.
So you're just willing to just take the whole parcel and just say, oh, I love you all.
What else can we do? What else can we do? Say, you guys are out, you guys are in. It'll break the poor little lamb's hearts.
Well, you are far more generous than I. I think I would look at them and say, you with more than 4 ears, I want you over in that column. And you who have skin in the tones of blues and purples, I want you over there. I think I would begin separating them because Myrna, we cannot trust Myrna's ideas about parentage, I do not think.
Yeah, interesting how some of them are purple, isn't it? Makes you wonder. Who was she fooling around with?
I do not know, but I love you and I have only fooled around with you. And our children are quite distinctive. And yes, Myrna is raising them, but they look like us. They have the usual 3 noses.
Double chin.
Anyone can tell they belong to us, Maggie.
And it's not the poor little children's fault that their parents fooled around with God knows who. It's not their fault that they're purple and have 3 or 4 years. Poor little lambs.
Oh.
It'll ruin their full life. We gotta take them all.
And this is why I love you so much.
Oh, I knew you'd see it my way.
You are so generous of spirit. I love you.
Bless you, darling.
They want to keep me quiet. That's a real problem. The media are out to separate us. They're out to make us hate each other. They're out to make us compare. They're out to separate 3 noses from green ears. Oh, but it's going to stop. It's our only way out. That's what I'm saying. We've got to reach in our hearts. We got to embrace everybody. I don't care what anybody says. Got to stick to our convictions. Breathe deep.
Stanley, I hope. I'm waiting. I hope they come back.
Oh, Kathy, we've been waiting so long. I hope they come back too. And
oh, I'm so glad.
All right, but while we're waiting, I have something to tell you, Kathy.
Yes, Stanley.
Kathy.
Stanley.
I like that we're separated.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Oh, it frees me up for more alien abduction.
Oh.
I mean,
I can't wait for the probe.
It's crazy.
I think it's just freed us up completely.
I know, because, if they're taking me, even though it was against my will, it still felt wrong when we were together.
You're right. It wasn't.
I know.
It was way wrong. That whole vixen thing and the stag thing, and
Yeah.
I prefer it this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a good idea.
Yeah, it was. I really admire you for calling them out, bringing them down.
Well, I wish I could take the credit, I was just like, what happened? I'm just driving along and the car just stopped.
Yeah, just like that. It just stopped.
In the middle of a field.
Exactly. And I had this premonition of mashed potatoes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. Mine was fried rice.
Oh,
Chinese plate.
fried rice.
Yeah.
That's good, Kathy.
Ah.
Yeah, but I was thinking maybe we could do a green bean casserole thing next time.
Ooh. I wonder how we can, it would be really cool, green bean casserole.
Yeah, green, just like them.
Oh, maybe a double green abduction.
Oh my, I'll get the fried onion rings.
I'll get the ketchup.
It's just so amazing to me that it doesn't matter how long we are on this planet, we still end up having the same problems over and over again. We decide, first of all, we're going to be separate. Then we become integrated. Then we become separate. Then we become integrated. And then another group, like the Martians, have suddenly appeared. Now, what's happening? No, there's no way. We don't know what to do. We don't know if some of us have gone with them or not. We have no idea. We don't care, but we really do, very much so. It's just amazing how these things repeat themselves over and over and over again, and we just don't seem to learn. We just don't learn.
One more time, shall we?
That is a wonderful, wonderful idea.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more than once.
Oh, you tease.
Oh, absolutely. You're sitting there playing with your shirt and playing.
Well, of course I am, because you're playful and I play with my shirt when you're playful. Those are the rules.
Oh, there are rules now.
I thought there were always rules.
Oh, rules are meant to be broken, you know.
I know. You've been breaking them all the time.
Well, you seem to like it. Well, you seem to like having rules broken.
Mm-hmm. Because that's so fun. Thomas, when you break those rules, it is just so enticingly, amazingly, deliciously broken.
Well, Gwendolyn, it seems to me like we need to break the entire Constitution then, yeah?
That's just delicious, Thomas. That's almost as Delightful as when you said the Magna Carta was just garbage and wiped your ass with it. Good times. Oh my God. The way we've just messed with human history has been delightful, Thomas.
It has been. You went in and
yes.
you edited the amendments to the Constitution.
And they didn't notice. That's the best part. And when you set fire to the Alexandria Museum or the library, that was not a museum, it was a library.
Exactly.
You prankster, you, Thomas.
I still like the time that you went into Venice in the Vatican.
It's funny.
You wrote all the pornography in those journals.
Of course I did. Because religion.
We should go to the Kremlin now.
Oh, I love it. Let's do.
Now, why would we think it is so ridiculous that Earth is the only place there would be life? Earth is a tiny, tiny little planet among billions and billions and billions of stars and planets in the entire universe. Why, pray tell, are we the only forms of life? Why is that such a ridiculous notion? I ask you, is it so bizarre that there should be life somewhere else in the universe? I think it would be bizarre if there wasn't. I'm sure they may not be exactly like us. In fact, I hope they aren't like us, because quite frankly, we're quite awful. But I'm sure there is life elsewhere in the universe.
So, Ferdy, let me tell you about this abduction that happened to me last night. Oh my God.
Oh, please. This is the most exciting thing. I don't want you to tell anybody else before me. Please, Mary.
Well, I mean, I was home alone.
Oh, yes.
And this light just came and just illuminated my entire trailer.
Oh, yes. And you felt it inside you, I bet.
Oh, I did, Fergie. And I went outside and there was just this light shining down on my double wide.
Huh.
Oh, I got so excited. Oh my heavens.
Did you dance? I would have danced. I want to dance in the light.
Oh, I did. I put my hands up in the air and I said, take me. Oh God, take me now. I want to go. I want to be probed and illuminated.
I do. You have to take me with you. We have to go together. They're coming. I know they're coming for you because you've been touched. And
Fergie, darling, they want me. They do not want you.
Oh, but I'm a great energy out there. Yeah. Wait, I can entertain them. I can tell them. I've memorized stories that I can be the well, I don't know, just have fun with them. I want to go.
Fergie, I am sorry. I mean, I am telling you my story so that you can bask in my reflected glory, not so that you could go.
No, I'm basking. That's why I'm coming to you, because I felt it. I felt the light too.
Oh,
I've been called.
Well, aren't you sweet?
Oh,
and you feel it. You feel it. You really feel it.
I feel it. It's in me. I am one of them.
Oh, Fergie. Oh, I do not know, Fergie. I think you're telling stories again.
It's going to be good.
Scene. It will be good. Come on back, everybody. Yeah, that's our story, and we're sticking to it. Terrible amount of fun. Just an awful lot of fun. Who am I missing? Am I missing somebody? Where's Steve?
Yeah, my Zoom is not liking my camera anymore.
Oh no! Well, you're here in spirit, even though you have been taken by the aliens.
No, I haven't. I'm back.
Oh, you're back.
Got him.
That's okay. It's all right. I'm going to introduce everybody anyway. So it was a lovely. There he is. He's in the background. Thank you, Taylor. Taylor Edwards did a great job. Thank you, Margaret. Could not agree with you more. I hope there's intelligent life in space because there's bugger all down here on Earth. There's Mike. Thank you, Mike. Excellent work. Thank you, Stephanie. Great work. Thank you, Barry. Thanks for going first, buddy. Well done. That's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah. How do I get in a casino 420?
That was a lot.
Financial compromises. I don't know.
You did great. You did great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you to Steve, because I'm saying Steve now because he just beamed in behind jail. He's beamed out again. But he beamed it. He's going to be he's there. Thank you, JL. Lovely work tonight. Excellent work, both of you. Now we know they're together. And
What?
And
No.
it's true. It's true. And thank you, Don. Great characters. I loved your monologue. Was bang on. Really good work. And I am your host, Scotty Watson. And most importantly, thank you for watching Improv on the internet on a Friday night. So we will see you again next week. Thank you for watching.